Heidi. Bet. Live and direct. What's good, fam? Back at it again. We're still going over the Tate and PBD interview. Still cooking with that shit. Dropping insanely fire monologues on that shit. Also dropping that shit on my YouTube. So if you guys want to check that shit out. But as always, man, we just gonna jump right into it, man. Over here, we move fast as shit, bro. Just move fast as shit in life in general, bro.
There is a threat of violence at the end of it. And there's a lot of people who are anti-violence, right? People go, oh, violence is bad. Guys, wake
I love pain. I love hurting people. I love violence.
up. Violence is the underpinning of civilized society. Violence runs everything. This world we currently live in is run by violence. Why am I returning to remain?
Oh, yeah. So this is also why I was saying at the beginning of last stream why it's important for all of us to train a martial art to a degree and have a gun, of course. I definitely have a gun, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The gun shit is a must. Like I'm like there's not even a debate about that shit. You going to need a firearm, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. you going to need a firearm
on the 23rd of March. Because if I don't, they'll put out a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. What can a piece of paper do to you? Well, that piece of paper means guys are going to come get me. And who are those people? Why don't I tell them to fuck off? Because if I do, they will become
pull up on your ass.
That piece of paper.
Also, too, bruh, I checked the live yesterday through YouTube, and this shit got a copyright strike on it. So I'm gonna have to see if we can even still go through this entire interview, bruh, because it keep copyrighting me. I'm not fucking with that. So, but we'll see. I actually wanted to use today as a test to see if it'll copyright it again. But yeah,
has power because it is backed by the threat of violence. A police officer has power because it's backed by the threat of violence. And a father has power because it is backed by the threat of violence. My sons know if they disrespect me, there will be consequences.
What do you think you owe them? What do you think you owe your kids?
It's a really good question.
Even before he gets into this, this is something already important. Damn, bro, I just instantly think of something as soon as a nigga says something. Okay. It's important to understand that your parents are just who you get your DNA from. That is it. See, a lot of young guys end up fucking up their early sovereignty. I mean, like when you turn 18 and you're free and you can do whatever you want now that you're 18 years old. You can leave the house if you want to, whatever. See, a lot of dudes fuck up their sovereignty because they are holding shit to their past. They're holding the fact that, oh, my parents didn't raise me the right way. I was born in this shitty circumstance because of them. I blame them for this. I blame them for that, yada, yada, yada. Like a lot of young guys, like we just get mad at our parents because we look, as we've learned more about what life has to offer through social media and other means, we're like, damn, I wish my parent did more of this. I wish my dad did more of this. I wish my mom did more of this. I wish my dad was here, whatever. Like we have all these expectations that we set on our parents because we've learned more about the world and we're like, oh, our parents should have done more. But you guys got to understand that your parents are just who you get your DNA from. Nothing more, nothing less. So what this means is every single expectation that you have of your parents falls flat because you're expecting them to be more just because they're your parent. But your parents are who they are and they've done what they've done. So to sit there and expect them to be different from how they've been is stupid. It is actually a waste of your time. You're sovereign and you're only in control of yourself and what you want to do with your life. And you're actually wasting your life if you still are trying to hold your parents to these different expectations of what you would like them to be. When instead you should just accept them for what they are and then live your own life. This is how you don't fuck up the beginning of like your sovereignty around that age of like 18. By just being like, you know what, my parents are who they are, my family is what they are, or my whole setup, my circumstances where I was born, whatever, it is what it is. Let me focus on where I want my life to go. Because your head and your feet face forward for a reason. And it's a completely another waste of your time to put yourself in a position where you're trying to hold your past to all these expectations when you couldn't control it. Your parents are who they are. You were born wherever you were born. Your circumstances are whatever your circumstances were. And you trying to sit there and be like, I should have been this way, that doesn't really fucking help you. Instead, you got to just double down on controlling yourself and being like, you know what? My past is my past. What am I going to do in the future? My parents are my parents. What am I going to do in the future? My mom did this. Doesn't matter. What am I going to do in the future? My dad did this. Whatever. What am I going to do in the future? And then when you operate that way, you don't waste any mental energy, and all your energy is going towards you living the life that you want to live. Because at the end of the day, it's your life, bro. There's no point in trying to waste time trying to hold your parents or where you were born to any kind of expectations. It's an absolute waste of your time. So that's how you should just think about your parents. Don't hold your parents to any expectation. Your parents are only your parents because you just got your DNA from them. That's it. Any other expectation you have of them, complete waste of your time. You should just focus on you and where you want to go in life. That's how you make use of your mental bandwidth. Not like my parents should be a certain way. Like, fuck off, bro. Complete waste of your time. Anyway, we keep it going. We keep it cooking. But let me know if that shit made sense, man. Let me know if y'all fucking with that.
Let me quickly analyze if I owe them or if they owe me. Because I feel like they owe a lot to our last name. I feel like they're heavily indebted already. I feel like they owe me and they owe my father and they owe our last name and they owe our bloodline. I feel like they owe me. I owe them the best chance they can be to be their best selves. Of course I do. And I am heavily interested. I am father of the year. Anyone?
And I would assume that everybody once they want to be a parent, they're thinking that at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? All your parents' duty was to give birth to you. After that, nigga, it's all on you, bro. Is basically what I meant by that whole monologue a second ago. It's like once your parents give birth to you, it's all on you now. That you immediately shift your focus to, all right, what am I going to do? Because you're born now. That's all they need to do. All you need to do was exist, my nigga. All that needed to happen was for the sperm cell to go to the egg and you get born. Now you just do whatever you want. So,
who thinks I'm not a father? I guarantee you I spend more time micromanaging my son's upbringing to make him a hero than you could possibly believe. So I do have a duty to them to give them the best possible chance, but they have a duty to me to not squander it. My children have a massive burden over their head, which is the Tate name. And people often say, oh, you know, it's bad to have a father who you're trying to live up to. Da, da, da. I mean, I'm sure loads of psychologists say this, but they're all liars anyway. Psychology doesn't work. They've never cured anybody ever. Oh, so psychology is garbage. And therapists
therapy is shit. I think no man should ever go to therapy. It does not help at all because at least what I've noticed is that with therapy, because I have some family members that are men that have taken therapy, like they just tell you sweet nothings. There is no solutions. And the reason why there is no solutions and they tell you sweet nothings is because therapists don't understand how men operate. They don't understand how men find fulfillment. But the thing is, for men, we find fulfillment in conquest and power, and especially action. We have to do things. We have to be useful and capable. That's where men find value. So think about it. Any man that ever says, oh, I'm depressed or I have sadness or whatever, they're almost never doing anything. Most men who are depressed are almost never doing anything. That's just really what the problem is. You don't do anything. So because you're not doing anything, that's why you're depressed. You have nothing that's fulfilling you. You're not spending your time and energy and effort into building or creating anything. And it is literally baked into our biology to build and create things and influence the world. That's our God-given ability. So of course you feel depressed when you don't use your God-given ability. But therapists are stupid. So they'll talk to a man and be like, why do you feel the way that you feel? Or, you see, those thoughts are valid. You should think that way. Like, nigga, that doesn't help anything. That doesn't change. That's not going to change anything. The only way to solve a problem is to take action. Not to think, it's to act. The thinking is only worth doing if you're going to do something. If you just think and do nothing, you're wasting your time. Because it's through action and experience that thinking or the thoughts that you even had are invaluable. Like you realize, oh shit, this is especially a problem when it comes to like overthinking. Like when you're just thinking all the time and not really doing much, like the first 5 minutes of you taking action towards whatever goal you're trying to achieve, for example, will completely change however you perceive things were going to be prior when you were just sitting there thinking. And that's the problem that a lot of therapists don't understand. They just sit there and talk to you when they should be telling you, no, do something. All these thoughts don't matter because you're not doing anything. And even in the rare occasion with men that have accomplished very great things and yada, 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 and they still feel depressed. The only reason why they still feel depressed is because they can't tell the truth. And this is something that a lot of niggas don't talk about. And this is especially with men who are in the entertainment industry and they have handlers, usually Jews, but they have handlers, right? Because they have handlers and because their opinions and how they actually think or feel about certain particular situations, right, are controlled because their handlers say, hey, if you want to have this acting role or if you want to have this music career, you can't speak about these particular things. Well, imagine you have to do that for 20 years, 30 years, right? of course you're going to start to feel depressed because you can't be your real self. You can't be your real self to the public. You got handlers. If you start saying your real opinions or how you feel about shit, niggas are going to fuck you up. So a lot of these famous guys, right, who, oh my God, see, you can be depressed and accomplish a lot of things. It's like, bro, they're depressed because they're not able to tell the truth. They're not able to be themselves. If somebody says that you can never be yourself ever again, are you going to feel happy about that? Are you going to be fulfilled no matter how much stuff I give you? No, you won't. So the two main factors to ensure that a man does not get depressed is through taking action, becoming useful, becoming capable, and telling the truth. Because the masculine destiny is independence in itself. All men want to be independent. All men want to be free. That's why the existence of nation. This is why the world is built in nations. Like there's different nations because all men want to fight and die for sovereignty and freedom to do as they want to do or act as they want to act. Which is why men who are depressed tend to not do anything, meaning they have no skill or capability, or they can't tell the truth, even if they do gain skill or capability. If they're not able to tell the truth, then they'll also get depressed too. So if you want to ensure that you will never become depressed as a man, this is the Ali's lore right here of explaining. This is my Ali's textbook, Ali's knowledge here. You just have to tell the truth and become extremely powerful, and you will never be depressed as a man ever. I promise that. So anyway, we continue.
Garbage, and liberals are garbage, and what women think about raising boys is garbage too. That's all garbage. I think the best thing that can happen for a boy to be raised into a kingdom and look up and say, shit, dad's the fucking man. I gotta be like dad. This is hard. Oh, it's a burden of performance. Oh, does that make you feel stressed? Welcome to life, son. Because guess what? I have a burden of performance. I have a burden of performance in that courtroom. I have a burden of performance after.
And that's what makes life fun, though. Imagine you just sit around and you do nothing. There's nothing fun about that. You'd rather live and die for something than sit around and do nothing. It's like, what's the point of being alive if you're not fighting or dying for anything? There's no point. Your life only has meaning when you have something that you're willing to die for, in truth. So
12-hour flight to get off the jet.
If you have nothing to die for, then your life means nothing.
And walk
Keep
out
that
to
in mind,
media
y'all.
and deal with them. I have a burden of performance permanently and endlessly. So that's the real world. If
Which
you're
is
a man,
fun.
You have a burden of performance. So I make sure that they understand that from a very young age.
And it's fun.
The example is what you owe them.
Yeah.
Everything else?
No, it's my job. You know what? It's actually a balancing act. And I'll be honest with you, very honest with you. Raising daughters is so much easier because with my daughters, I feel.
On God it is, though, because you just have, it's about protection. Make sure nothing bad happens to them. With sons, it's like, how do I ensure enough bad shit happens to them that they become capable? But not too much that they like die or get addicted to drugs. You know, it's harder with dudes because we have to. We are refined through suffering and struggle, but like we kind of risk dying too because like since we have to go through pain and suffering in order to become capable, we kind of risk dying at the same time because we have to go through pain and suffering to become capable. So it's like it's a weird balancing act as a father to train your son because it's like you want to give your son enough challenges that he becomes very capable. But you also don't want to give him too much challenge that he starts getting too addicted to drugs or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, oh, fuck. Like, fuck. You don't want a son that ends up that way. But you also want your son to be in a position where they become as capable as possible. So it's like you're playing this balancing act of a game, as he stated here. Like you're playing these two games at the same time where like, okay, I want my son to be capable, but I also don't want him to like die. But with daughters, it's just like, bitch, stay in the dungeon. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to find a man that's going to marry you, and that's it. Like, it's not hard with daughters, bro. But with dudes, fuck, bro. Like, it's a lot harder.
Like, I just want her to be happy. You know? My daughter, I just want her to be happy. You want to be a princess? Oh, you're a mermaid. That's great. You're a mermaid. You're a princess. It's
No,
Christmas.
shit,
You're happy. You're smiling. With my daughters, I just want them happy. But with my sons, it's far more detailed because I don't want my sons to be happy as much as I want them to be capable. I don't want my sons to be miserable, of course, but I don't wake up and think, just make him happy. I do with my daughters.
Yeah, it's because you're trying to make sure that, you know, they're capable, but at the same time, nothing too bad happens to where they, you know, become tyrannical or some shit. Like, you're trying to keep them on a virtuous path for the most part, at least. So.
I'm the worst. I'm a girl. With a girl dad, she wants a toy. Give her the toy. Oh, he wants a toy. He wants what? What does he want?
You better
How many
fight
push-ups has he
God for
done?
that
What do you mean
shit.
toy? What toy? Bring him here. And I get mad because with your sons, you're far more, you have to prepare them for life as a
sense.
man.
Yeah.
It's harder.
Toughness.
It's hard to be a man. So I have a duty, truthfully, I think to my sons, the hardest thing is for me not to be as soft as I want to be.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
with my daughter, with your daughters, you get to just be yourself. And everyone thinks that I'm a big, mean, evil man. But you'll often know if you've been through enough life that the mob bosses or the big evil man, we're the softest guys. I'm so soft with my daughters and with my kids. And sometimes with the boys, it's hard to be hard on them, but you have to be. It's my duty sometimes to harden my heart and say, no.
Yeah.
Tate,
So
how
I got
many
a
kids
crazy
do you
question.
have?
Let me ask this
sorry.
question. I got a crazy question for you. So your daughter,
Yeah.
one of them,
Yeah.
later on, she brings a guy home.
Yep.
He's like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And
you look. The problem is he already fucked up. My daughter ain't bringing nobody. I'm choosing. The question is already fucked up. She ain't picking nobody. What the fuck? He already fucked up. She ain't picking nobody. I'm choosing, nigga. Daughter bring somebody home. Must be out of her fucking mind. She gonna be in that dungeon, y'all. I promise y'all. She gonna be in that dungeon, bro.
confident,
Yeah.
not intimidated by
I'll
you.
whoop his ass, but
Yeah, but he's respectful, but he's confident, and he's kind of like you. He comes in
yeah.
with a swagger because that's what they're used to,
Of
right?
course, of course.
They get married. 5 years later, they got 2 kids.
Okay.
Okay. She finds text messages. She finds out he's got
Yep.
a handful of girls on the side.
Yep.
You find out
Yep.
through your guys who run the clubs that they report, because people are going to, guys like us, we're going to be reported back.
course.
Everything's coming back to
Of
us.
course.
Sure.
You find out
Yep.
he's hooked up with 3, 4, 5 girls on the side.
Mhm.
Are you confronting him?
So I say this, and I've answered this question before, and people find my answers.
And realistically, it doesn't matter because this also I'll say about this, even before he goes into it. Like, men and women are not the same. So a dude with 100 bodies is completely different from a girl with 100 bodies, guys. Just lesson on the differences between men and women. A girl with 100 bodies is completely different from a guy with 100 bodies. The reason why is because men and women want different things from each other, right? We want her to not be a whore and listen to us. That's it. Whereas for her, she wants us to provide and protect for her. Okay, so clearly there we value two different things. So what we decide to do with our sexuality, meaning fucking hoes or whatever, has nothing to do with providing and protecting for her. Because that's how we show loyalty to a girl. You want us to provide and protect for you. If we're willing to do that for you, we're loyal to you. Whereas for a girl, because we don't want you to be a whore and listen to us, when you don't listen to us, and when you are a whore, that's you being disloyal. So you can't go around fucking other guys. We have an issue with that. But let's say you're a girl and you have money. We don't give a fuck about your money. Make as much money as you want. You could be a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. We don't care. Are you a whore? And will you listen to us? Right? Are you going to listen to us and are you not a whore? If you're not those things, it doesn't matter if you're dead broke or you're a billionaire. We don't give a fuck. So you can spend your money however you want to. Like, we wouldn't care, right? If a girl says, I'm a millionaire, you would look at her and be like, oh, that's cool. All right, but can I fuck with you? Like, what's your personality? Like, we don't care. In the same way, if I came up to a girl and said, oh, I got like 100 bodies, she might react and be like, oh, wow. But is she still gonna fuck with you? More than likely, because she doesn't care. That's not an issue. In fact, it's actually a good thing because girls like when you actually have a high body count because it means girls fuck with you, right? Understand? Like, we're completely different. So when it comes to any situation where if I found out that my daughter was with a dude that was fucking other girls but is willing to provide and protect for her, I wouldn't care. As long as I know that he's going to provide and protect for her and he's going to stay doing that for the rest of his life, sure. It doesn't matter to me because I understand that what's important for women has nothing to do with what he's doing with his dick. It has nothing to do with it. It's like, are you going to provide and protect for her? Yes? Okay, cool. You can stay with her. So I just want you guys to also just keep that shit in mind. Like, men and women are not the same. So because we're not the same, we show loyalty differently. We show loyalty to women by providing and protecting for them. And they show loyalty to us by not fucking other dudes, by being loyal to us sexually. And that's how we show loyalty. So there's that. Anyway, you'll also be able to hear his what he has to say about this too, which is pretty much the same thing as I just said here. But yeah.
Surprising, but I'm going to be very honest with you. My plan for my daughters and my number one hope for my daughters, if I could plan their lives head to toe, would be for them to, at a relatively young age, meet a man who is older than them, who can take care of them financially and get pregnant and have a family. If my 21-year-old daughter wanted to marry a 48, 50-year-old guy, I'd be very happy with that. But like, good. He's probably settled down a bit. He has enough money to take care of you. You're going to be good. In this scenario, which you've just described, if the man is financially providing for her, if he's offering her provision and protection and she's safe, I would truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, say to her, look, there's no point losing the man who's paying for you, who takes care of you, who will die for you, who protects you, who does all of those jobs as a man because he's running around with a few silly girls. There's no point leaving him. You can confront him, we'll talk to him, but there's no point in destroying your family home over this. That's what I would say. People may think I'm not telling the truth, but I'm telling you that's what I would genuinely say. You know, we talk about marriage. There's a really great guy.
So as you can see here, men and women are different because we like what they need is different from what we need from them. Us, don't be a whore. Them, take care of me. It's just like it's just what it is, you know. This is also why it's so annoying when like girls are like, "Oh, all men cheat." I'm like, well, are we doing things for you? Are we willing to die for you? Yeah, okay, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Why does it matter if we fuck another girl? We don't love that bitch. we don't love that bitch we just met. You don't care about her. Like, come on now. But okay, let's say even we're providing and protecting from a whole another girl. In fact, we stop providing and protecting for her and we give it to another girl. That's then us being disloyal because we literally took away the things that she actually cares about or actually matters for her. You know what I'm saying? So.
There's a really great guy on Twitter, Devin Erickson, I think his name is. Everyone follow him. And he replied to my video I made on Elon Musk. No, that's not him. That's a little dork.
From Nebraska.
That's a little nerd from Nebraska. That's one of the pastor's kids. That's one of the pastor's sons. We don't need them.
Devin Erickson almost got a shout out. Okay, that guy.
I remember what this.
All right.
Hold on.
Find his reply. I would like to read this verbatim, please. Find his reply to my Elon video where I explain that having children is the business of kings. Please find, he did a thread breakdown of it. This is about 2 weeks ago. His reply to
got to spread the progeny everywhere.
My Elon video.
This is also why 8.2 billion niggas are on the planet because like niggas are horny. So imagine, anyway, it's just interesting to me that like so many people do not know. This is namely due to feminism, but like so many people do not know that men and women are completely different in so many ridiculous, like even that simple statement is crazy to like, we've been forced to believe that we're so equal to them. Like just very simple stuff. Like, you know, dudes, they're hornier than women. No, they're not. It's like, nigga, ridiculous, bro.
If you can find it, that's not it. There's another one. If you can find it, I would love to read it verbatim. Because he explains something which is so pertinently important. It's extremely important. So we'll find it.
Explain.
But he talks about what marriage effectively is.
While he's looking for it, do you have a summary?
Yeah. So what he's saying is people will say Andrew has a bunch of baby mamas and that he's irresponsible. But truthfully, a man's true obligations are protection and provision. This is why the Bible said if you rape a woman, you have to marry her. People see that as, oh.
See what I'm saying, y'all? It's just like that's where the loyalty lies. Like, if we are able to protect and provide for you, that's us showing loyalty. What we do with our dick has nothing to do with anything. We can do whatever we want with our dick, but if we're willing to provide and protect for you, then it's fine. It's like, it's a fair deal. We still like you. You're getting all the valuable stuff. If I just fuck some random hoe that I'm not going to take care of, it doesn't matter. But you're actually getting the valuable stuff. And it's just crazy to me that women are more than willing to completely ruin their lives because the dude cheats. The dude is giving her the house, the planes, the cars, the dresses, what the fuck ever. She literally getting everything. She finds out the dude cheats and it's like, I'm breaking up with you. I'm like, bitch, are you retarded? He's doing all these things for you and is willing to continue doing these things for you. And you're like, because you fucked some random girl in some random hotel that you do not give a fuck about, I'm going to destroy our entire relationship. Like, women are so dumb. Like, they don't know what they have till it's gone. It's just funny to me, bro.
That's bad for the woman. But what they were trying to do is say to men, you're responsible for what you create. You now need to protect her. You must provide for her because of what you've done. It was almost like marriage was not a punishment for the man, but an obligation for the man.
Yeah.
And he was explaining that marriage throughout the longest period in human time was protection and provision. That's all it was. A king could have more wives because he could protect and provide for more wives. He's saying marriage was not bouquets. Marriage was not remembering anniversaries. Marriage was not date nights. Marriage was not holding hands. Marriage was, do I protect you? Do I provide for you? So he effectively defended me and said, Andrew does not have a bunch of baby mamas. He has a bunch of wives because they're all paid for. They're all protected. They all have private security. They're all in mansions. They all drive Bentleys. He's doing his job as a man. That's what a man is supposed to do, effectively. So I would say to my daughter, are your bills paid? Now, if he cuts the money off, or if he refuses to help her or protect her, if he leaves her in the ghetto, that's a different conversation. But if my daughter came to me and said, Dad, say, yes, what's up, my love? I'm living in my mansion and I'm driving my Bentley and I have my 4 nannies and my private security guards. And I found out that my ultra rich husband has a little girlfriend who's 19 and I'm 36 now. And he has his little young, hot, cute girl. I'd say, don't stress him out and piss.
And oh God. And then it's like he cheats and then he cheats with her. And then she's like, you know what? I should ruin my entire life for this. It's like, what the fuck? Just stupid, bro.
Him off. Just give him 2 days off a week and get over it. That's what I would say. That's the truth. That's what I would say. Welcome to the real world. It may not be nice, may not be pretty.
And she would live happily ever after if she just did that. I'm telling you, like, so many women, if they were not so overly concerned about a dude cheating, their lives would be so much better, bro. Because this is what a lot of bitches will do. They'll find out that a dude is cheating. They'll go find another dude. That dude gonna cheat too. And then they're gonna leave that dude, another dude gonna cheat. And it's just gonna be an endless cycle of her lowering her value because now she's just becoming a whore. Because all the dudes are cheating. And she keeps leaving and getting with a new dude. And now her body count increasing. And now a dude that finally wants to take her seriously realizes that this bitch has a massive body count and is like, well, fuck it. I'm not even going to take you seriously anymore. Just stay with the dude, bro. I'm telling you, just stay with the dude.
The real world isn't. But at least you're paid for. At least you're taken care of.
Is this it, Rob?
Yes.
You want to read this? Okay. Time to take a break. Shit down and give some context. Andrew Tate in this video gives us what the what. Here's the why. Trad cons don't know what marriage is or what it's for because they think traditional means 100 years ago. The white Christian European model of marriage isn't traditional marriage at all. It's a redesign, a redefinition of marriage. It's marriage 2.0. We'll see how in a minute. First, we need to admit that marriage isn't instinctive. There are species that mate for life, sandhill cranes and whatnot. Monogamy isn't a struggle for them. It's instinctive. They just do it. Humans do not instinctively mate for life. They just mate. The men mate when they can impress women. Women mate when they are impressed by men. And the women of the hominid pack babysit each other's children. Fast forward to the beginning of a Neolithic era. Now, all of a sudden, they're actually something to own. Fields, cattle, buildings, wealth, and men own the wealth because they were the ones who did stuff you need to do to get it. Why the men? Because men had to impress women to mate. All women have to do is mate to be impressed. But since property was Neolithic, humans survived, and men had all the property, mating arrangements had to adapt so that a mother could eat and a son could be raised and inherit the father's cattle. If a man put a child in a woman, she was his wife. If he put a child in another woman, she was also his wife. If he put a child in 100 women, he had 100 wives.
No, God.
And those women and children could rely on his spear for defense and his fields and cattle for support. That's marriage. If you want to understand this context, look at the part of the Bible that says a man who rapes him. Oh, this is what you were talking about. Yeah. Got it. Sounds insane if you go through it. Modern Arab Americans run comments about ancient people didn't care about romance and made choice. They were busy trying to. Okay. So, by the way, you know, Amor, remember Amor? Did you ever meet Amor?
And this is just really what it is. This is how real niggas move. Real niggas are trying to fuck all the bitches, y'all. I'm going to keep it this stack. This is really how real niggas move. Real niggas want to fuck all the bitches. This is also why I can't trust dudes that don't cheat. Like, I can't. Because it's instinctive for the real nigga to be fucking all the hoes. That's really what it is. And even just because you get married or have a woman does not mean you stop. It doesn't mean you stop. It doesn't mean like, oh, well, I've got married. Like, let me just stop fucking with hoes. Like, the instinct and need to do it is incessant. And once again, as long as you're willing to provide and protect for a woman, then it's fine. Because you're giving up your end of the bargain. Like, you're giving up your end of the bargain. If you're like, hey, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to do everything for you, you're going to be completely fine, I'm just going to fuck other hoes. It's like, what is there to be mad about? You're keeping up your end of the bargain while also pursuing your masculine destiny. And moreover, we actually need more men like that now more than ever, because girls nowadays are not keeping up their end of the deal at all. They're running around doing whatever the fuck that they want to, and when it's time to be a wife, they don't want any role, they don't want any duty. This is why you can go on social media and say that a woman should do this and this and this in the marriage. And they'll be like, oh, that's oppressive. She should be able to just do this. She shouldn't. Like, you see, like, everything is an argument. But if I say, okay, a man should protect and provide for his wife, everyone's like, yeah. You see what I'm saying? So you see how, like, a man's role is completely stagnant now, but a woman's role is completely, like, amorphous and random, and they can do whatever they want. So you want us to keep a strong sense of duty, but you don't have to keep a strong sense of duty. And it's like the only way men can combat that fact is if they don't have a strong sense of duty. And even if they do, they're still pursuing their own personal desires, or they have to, because it's the only way she's going to be forced to calm down. So.
More or no?
No,
You definitely know
Of
Amor.
course, yeah.
Amor would come from here. Amor's an Armenian man who was my chief compliance officer.
Love him more.
Love Amor. When we sold the company and he got
It's
$1
a cool
million
name.
check,
Yeah,
it was a
Well,
great
him
name.
and
And by
Tom
the way,
were great roommates.
that name matches exactly who you think he is.
Yeah.
Ladies loved him.
I bet.
Armenian guy with an accent who would speak French,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
French.
and he would call all the girls darling,
Yeah.
darling, hey darling, and they would just fall in love with this guy.
Yeah.
He
Does yoga.
explained this was the purpose of man.
That's
Purely
literally what
made
it is.
He would always explain.
We're just supposed to be fucking all the hoes. That's really what it is. There's no, like, and for the hoes that we do fuck and have children with, right? We take care of them and protect them, but we're supposed to be fucking all the bitches. That's the point. Like, this, the idea of monogamy for men has never, that, like, this is new shit. This is not natural to our biology. Not saying that we need to be a slave to our biology either. I'm not saying that. I'm just more saying that, like, it's what it is. We're supposed to be players. It's in our DNA to be players. Hell, in fact, women don't even like it when you're not a player. This is why women don't like it when you can't get hoes. They're like, why aren't you getting hoes? You see what I'm saying? Like, for them, it's like, it's funny to me. It's like, women don't even like guys that get no hoes. So it's like, to be monogamous even goes against both of our biologies, because we have the desire to get all the bitches, and they also want us to get other girls because that's what makes us more attractive, that we can get other girls. Understand? So it's like, the game literally proves from both the female side and the male side that we're supposed to be fucking all the bitches. Like, we're supposed to. That's the point of the game.
Explain this. That's what it's about. Back in the days, the guys who had it, their job was to mate. Now, we are living in a
Exactly.
different era.
Of course
today.
they are.
So the mindset has changed slightly on what they're thinking. I added two other things. I added intentionality, accessibility to kids so they can get a hold of you. Love and example. Partly kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and accessibility is also a very important one. I'll be honest. Like, if a lot of this comes down to money, but I don't want to be shallow, but so much in life comes down to money, because money is your capability. To do
Everything
many
comes down to
things,
money.
right?
Everything does.
There's no way you can effectively raise that many.
Yeah. Okay. So this is actually one thing I'll say, and I want to say, because especially to everybody who was young, guys, money is everything. Money primarily determines all of your capability, right? And the cool thing is, to gain a lot of money, you need a lot of capability and skill, right? So you need a lot of capability and skill to gain a lot of money. And with said money, now you have more capability, because all money ever does is amplify who you already are, right? So if you want to do good things, you need a lot of money to do very good things, understand? Just like if you were a bad person or you wanted to do bad things, you would need a lot of money to do very bad things. Because all money acts as is an amplifier. Money is simply a tool. And everything comes down to money, because how effective you can be is determined by how many resources you have to be effective. That's just what the reality is. Like, if you're just one person doing one thing, you could do a good amount of things. You could do a decent amount of things. But if you had the money to pay for other people to do the exact same thing that you're doing, now you can do a lot of things. Just like they say, if you want to go quickly, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with many, right? But the only way you can go with many is if you can pay other people to work on your behalf. So in every example of becoming more capable, money is necessary, and money is used as the tool to allow you to become more capable. And this is why all men should only be focused on money and increasing their wealth, of course. Not just so they can be a degenerate and do stupid shit, but so they can provide and protect better for not only themselves, their family, but also the nation and society that they live in. Right? And we're honestly even in a situation right now in society where like men are becoming less masculine, so they have less of a drive to provide and protect. Like the average woman is getting richer than the average man nowadays. Like women are getting way more educated. A lot more women are getting higher and higher degrees and making way more money than men are. But that's cooked because we're supposed to be the ones providing and protecting. So now when you have a society where basically all the women are doing that and the men are doing nothing, that's how society collapses, y'all. That's why this is a problem. I know I basically just extrapolated all the way here from money is everything, but I'm basically trying to explain that the reason why you need a lot of money as a man or as much money as possible so you can do more things, so you can become more useful. Not that it's vain to pursue money and love money. It's not. You need money to do good things. You need money to do a lot of things. How you decide to live your life and the way you can move to determine by how big your wallet is. This is why you should be doing whatever it takes to make as much money as possible. Obviously, in a way that allows you to keep your integrity and principles intact, of course, because there's no point in gaining the whole world but losing your soul, because then you can't do good things because your soul has been sold. So you do want to put yourself in a position where all you ever think about is how can I make more money? How can I become more capable and gain more skills to make more money so I can do good things, so I can provide and protect and also defend my nation. Understand? So that's how you should start thinking of money. It's just a tool. It's an amplification mechanism. It's an amplification mechanism. And you want as much of it as possible so you can do as much as possible. It's about freedom. That's the idea here. Not just having it, not just flexing, but being able to do things. So we continue. Let me know if that shit all made sense, by the way, when it comes to just money and why it's important and why it's everything and why it should be the primary thing you think about as a man. It should be money. I need money, more money, 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 money. Should be on your mind at all times. So anyway.
Children without a huge source of money, of course. It's very expensive to do. But if you do have a huge source of money, I think Amor and I would have a very long conversation about the fact that cars get boring and watches get boring, and you may as well have a whole bunch of children. You may as well
you need to do, you want to do things. That's just what we fight and die for ideas. Like the time in which men, not even the time in which, it's like men throughout time, we've just fought and died for ideas. It's never even been about the stuff. It's never been about the stuff. And this is really the thing about money. It's like with money, you can do a lot more for people. Like, let's say you're a guy sitting here thinking to yourself, like, I want to be a good person, or I am a good person. Well, you can't really be that good of a person. This also relates to something I said like 2 streams ago, where I talked about how you can only be a good person if you're strong. Because strong people can defend against evil people who want to do evil things. But if you're weak and claim you're a good person, well, you're not really a good person because you're remaining weak, which allows bad people to do bad things. Right? Bad people work hard. Bad people are willing to make a lot of sacrifices. Bad people are willing to put in a lot of effort. And if you're willing to allow them to make more sacrifices than you and put in more effort than you, you become an enabler of bad people instead of a good person like you claim you want to be. So
have a whole bunch of sons if you can afford to raise them, and you have the time, you can take the time out of work because you're rich enough to put effort and focus into them. I'm not looking to just have children and abandon them. I'm not trying to just create genetic progeny that are forgotten.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
The Tate boys need effort. The Tate boys need energy. The Tate boys need money because they're the Tate boys. But
in order to give them that, you need to be working hard. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, and that's the time thing too, that I also mentioned in the other stream. It's like the only way to actually be a good father is to be going out and doing things. Because if you're not going out and doing things, you're not learning anything that you can actually teach your children. So it's weird. It's like, as a father, you really shouldn't be seeing your children that much. If we're being real, like you shouldn't, because the only way you can be a good father is by going out and doing things. You can't be a good father if you're just with them all the time, because what do you have to teach them? They're going to go out in the world and have to learn so many things by themselves because no one was there teaching them about how things actually work. Like, because if you're growing up and you're seeing your dad busy all the time, doing all these different things, and then coming to you and dropping lessons, you already know what it's like to be a man now already. You've seen the example, so you just model it. Oh, well, life as a man is just working all the time and grinding and making money and becoming as capable as possible. Everything else doesn't matter. And you can only see that if your dad models that. But a lot of us grew up with our fathers and we were seeing them a lot. Some of us, maybe we didn't see them at all. But for some of us, we saw our parents a lot. But as we've been growing up, like, we've had to learn a lot more stuff on our own for that reason. because we thought maybe, seeing our dad all the time is what we needed, when no, what we really needed was lessons from our fathers. If you barely see your father, but every single time you see them, he's dropping you the most insane game of all time, you don't need to see him that much, because he's giving you all the value you need. He's turning you into a man because he's too busy winning and doing cool shit and then teaching you. And that's the whole point of this game. So
I like to think I can afford 20. So that's what I'm going to do. And women, and this is something else we have to discuss about women, because this actually ties back into the human trafficking and the feminism and all these things. Women are in a very interesting position now in Western society where they are equals, while also being better than us because they're girl bosses.
Which are not our equals in any degree. We literally still run everything, by the way, y'all. Like, I need you guys to understand, they're so far from not our equals is actually ridiculous. Like, the fact that they've able to been even to create the perspective or thought for a lot of society that there are equals just through psyoping. We're just convincing everyone that women are what they aren't. They're not equal to us. We still build everything. We still create everything. We still invent everything. We're literally superior to them in every single endeavor of life still. Like, everything that runs in society. Understand, guys, feminism is a super, super expensive ideology. You don't have feminism in Gaza, my nigga. When Israel's fucking dropping bombs on your dumb ass, you don't have no feminism. The man is taking care, the man is protecting and providing, and the woman is being the caretaker. That's it. There is no feminism. The only reason why feminism exists here is because our military is so strong. We can afford to have dumb ideas, like thinking that women and men are equal, even though all the men still run everything, all the infrastructure, all the important jobs, all the things that keep society running, all the things that allow me to sit here and stream and talk to you niggas, is because there's men that are building the infrastructure still. We could literally take all women out of the entire workforce and we'd still be fine. What does that tell you? Are these bitches really our equal? Are they actually our equal? If we could just be like, all right, all women stop working tomorrow. Like, I'm saying, everyone, just stop. Would we die? Would there be Armageddon? Would niggas really be worried? Nah, we wouldn't even really realize that much. We really wouldn't even realize. Bryce said, preach, brother, man. I'm telling you, we wouldn't even realize. If they literally got removed from all sectors of work, we wouldn't even realize. All the men would still be working and doing all the things. So we're like, I don't think it's just because of the psyoping, but the average dude walking around has no clue that women are so far below us still. It's ridiculous. It's just psyoping and conditioning your mind to believe that they're really, like, they're not. We still have to do everything. We still pay the most taxes. We still do everything. All the richest women in the world, how did they get that money? From divorcing a man. It's like in every competition, we're still the coldest niggas. So I want to really enforce that to you niggas, so you guys understand, walking around like these bitches, they're not equal to you. We still have to do everything. So they're not even a reflection. To be real with you, bro, there's not even a reflection. It's just like they're just our inferiors. They are. And this isn't a bad thing. We have different roles to play. The point is not for them to be physically superior. The point is for them to be able to have children. We can't do that alone. We need them for that. So that's a good role that they play. And these bitches ain't even doing that shit no more. That's why the birth rate dropping. They're too busy doing jobs that do not help anyone, because as I just explained to you guys, we could literally remove them from the entire workforce and we'd be fine. So it's like, okay, what role are you really playing if you're not even really doing anything that's really significant or integral to the betterment of society as a whole? You should just be at home having a baby. But instead, they're not having babies. And this is why society is getting fucked up. We basically tell women, go and do absolutely nothing and be useful to no one, while we still have to uphold the entire society. It's like, come on now. Anyway.
While also being children, because every time they make a decision that other people don't like or they end up not liking, they didn't do it. Someone tricked them. So we're in this three-phase garbage scenario where women are better than you, plus children, plus you're equal. Because when I say that the women I'm with are happy for me to have children with other women, you've tricked them. They're full-grown adults. I thought they were equal. I thought they could come up to their own conclusions. I thought they could sit there and go, you know what? A life from Andrew Tate. I get to be one of the most famous men in the world.
You just can't. And the thing is, they can't. This is also the thing too. They're not good at the responsibility thing. They can't do the whole responsibility act like we do. We're literally built for suffering and pain. They're not. And any woman who is suffering or going through pain will complain about it. Like, they're not willfully doing it. For us as men, like, we can go through any suffering for the betterment of our family. If we have to do something for our family, we'll happily forego our selfish desires or any enjoyment that we want to have if it means our family's going to do okay. That's how we're designed to be. We're designed to face the world and combat things so we can do it for the betterment of our family. Women are not designed to do that. This is why it's bad for women to be breadwinners, because they make money to do what? Because they're not going to do it to take care of anyone, because they expect the man to do that still, right? Because it's not like women are walking around like, okay, all men can sit at home and do no work and we'll do all the work now. No, they still want you to do work and work hard to do whatever, while they also get to do it too. But then we look at, okay, you're making all this money, but for who and for what? And it's like, they sit there and they're like, I just want to make the money. But I'm like, okay, so you're doing this for no one other than yourself? And it's like, yeah. It's like, but what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything we're doing from birth, we understand that we have a responsibility in becoming useful and capable. It's not, I'm just becoming useful and capable because I want to, but I'm doing it so I can take care of other people, my nation, whatever it is. But we want to become strong because we can take care of something. For women being breadwinners and doing shit, why are they doing that other than their own selfish desires? It's not like they're going to make all that money and want to spend it on a man. They don't want to do that. Because if that was the case, they still wouldn't be maintaining their whole standards of, oh, I need my man to be this, that, and the third. I'm like, why are you expecting anything of him if you're the breadwinner now? Isn't that like, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. So.
Extremely security conscious. I get to be very rich. I know my kids are going to be brown, sexy, tall, strong. They're going to have Patek Philippe's, diamonds, etc. It's fine. That's their decision to make, right? But people are going to pretend that I fooled them somehow. And I actually think this is an interesting segue into how we fix modern society. And one of the most important distinctions we need to make as a civilization in the West
is to never let women vote again. That's the solution. that's the real way to solve all this shit. Like, let's just let them just go back to being taken care of. That's really what it is. Like, let's just stop letting them do whatever they want. That's if you look at every single problem in society today, like anything that you have noticed, I'm telling you, anything, okay, when you just have thought about society, anything you have noticed, anything you've noticed that you feel like is, damn, this is a problem. There is like a 99.9456211% chance that is because of feminism. I'm telling you, bro. That's really what it is. Letting women do whatever they want, letting women vote, do all these different things, letting them to be free. Like, it's every single problem tracks back to feminism. There is not one problem you can state that's an issue with society that I'm like, well, it's because feminism, niggas. It is every time. Like, I'm like, damn. Why are hoes being hoes, man? Why is there so many hoes nowadays? Feminism. Damn, why is there so much inflation, bro? Like, why is it so expensive to buy a house? Feminism. It's like, why is nobody having kids anymore? Feminism. Fuck. Like, every single time. Damn. Why is the country getting massively filled with a ton of immigrants that are like destroying half the city? Not literally speaking, but like just generally. I don't want this feminism. You know, women get to vote. And I'm like, fuck. Why is abortion a problem? Feminism. Oh, well. Every single time, bro. There's no issue. All issues go to that, bro. I'm telling you.
Because all of our problems, from false rape charges, which I know a lot about, to feminism, to all of this garbage, comes down to this impossible.
No, he said to feminism. Feminism is the problem that created all that. That's what I'm saying. Let's let them do it. Some dumbass nigga. I mean, I could even go find. Let me see if I can even go find. I mean, I do know who actually was a big proponent of feminism. Hold on. So, this was actually the main lady who was a prime. Hold on. 1 second, bro. So it was actually this woman. Hold on. Wiki. Just to show you guys a little bit of where it's coming from. So it was this woman who was actually a main proponent of feminism. It was this woman. If you want somebody to blame, this is why. Gloria Steinem. She was one of the main proponents of women's liberation, right? She was like the main ones who pushed it. Said, oh, women should be able to do what they want to do. They should be able to work. You know what I'm saying? Work. Like, she works to make women visible and powerful in media. And unironically, she was Jewish. Hold on, where's the let's just go, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta check the early life every time with these niggas, man. Stein them. You can already tell by the num, like the last name already, mostly German, and her father was Jewish. Yeah. Every time, niggas. Every time, niggas. That's just every single time. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. But like every single problem that you see in society today, it can be tracked back to feminism. It's like not even funny. It's like it's scarily not funny at all. Anyway,
whole scenario where women are girl bosses and better than men at everything, while also being our equal, while also needing DEI to get anywhere, while also being children who are permanently tricked into everything. And this is a really interesting scenario to be in. And I can give you a very simple example. If there's a crazy bitch, woman, Megan Kelly. if there's a crazy woman, right? And she's nuts and she takes Valium to sleep every night and she's on mental health medication and she drinks all the time and she's crazy and everyone knows she's a hoe. She's been with all the guys in town and I marry her. And then she divorces me and takes half my money. And I come to you guys and go, guys, I used to be rich. Had to cut the spaghetti in half. I lost it. She took all my money. You will sit and say to me, why did you marry her? She's nuts. Everyone knows she's nuts. You will blame me, right? Whereas if a woman goes out, takes drugs, gets high, gets drunk, goes to the club, kisses 4 men, kisses the 5th man, gets in the taxi with him, goes back to the hotel, initiates sex with him, has sex with him, has no problem with that sex, asks him for a handbag 2 years later. He says no, then cries rape. No one will say, why did you do all those things? Why were you high? Why were you in his hotel? Why did you have sex?
And isn't that ridiculous, though? Isn't that crazy? It's like the sheer difference in accountability is actually ridiculous. Like it's actually ridiculous. A woman could make every single bad choice in the book, every single bad decision, and it was a man's fault. A man made her do it. But a man could see, right, a woman making every single bad possible decision. And then if you were, as a man, were to get with that woman, and then we see the type of woman she is, and she fucks the guy's life up or whatever, we'd sit there and be like, nigga, that was the dumbest shit ever. Why would you even do that? So it's almost like forever and infinitely. And this is also why feminism doesn't work. Let me explain. The main reason why feminism doesn't work is because men are designed and born for responsibility, and women are not. Women are not the prime sufferers. Women are not meant to take on pain. Women are not meant to be the breadwinners. Because for them, they're meant to be taken care of. It is literally baked into their biology to seek a man who is superior to them, to take care of them, obviously, and ensure that obviously they have the best genetics and have the best possible kids. That's what they're designed to do. So they're always looking for a superior, or someone to take care of them. So the problem is when you put them in a superior role, they're not used to that role. They can't play that role. Women cannot play a role where they're above us because their biology seeks a man who is better than them. So when they're playing, so they can't play a role that goes against their biology. This is like you seeing a bad bitch and me telling you not to be attracted to her or not to be aroused by her. I'm like, you can't do that. Like all men, you cannot be attracted to bad bitches anymore. You're not allowed to do that. It doesn't matter how hard you try. It goes against your biology. It goes against what's innate for you, right? And you're going to end up being attracted. You're going to end up being aroused. That's just how it is. So the same thing is true for women. The thing with women is they're always attracted to a man that is superior to them. So the thing is, if they're superior to a man, they can't play that role. They can't be in a role where they're held accountable for their actions. It's the man's job to be accountable for shit. It's the man's job to take care of shit. It's the man's job to be a leader. Because when you're in a leadership position, you're not just someone who's out here telling niggas what to do. You do this, you do that. No, you're taking on the most pain. You're taking on pain for the betterment of others. When you are a leader, when you're in a leadership position, you're not there to tell everybody what to do. You're telling other people what to do to ensure nothing bad happens to them. And so you can allow the bad things happen to you. Understand? They're not designed to do that. They're designed to be the ones taken care of. So when you try to hold women accountable, this is why accountability is their kryptonite, because it goes against their biology innately. It goes against a woman's biology to be accountable, because to be accountable, you must be a leader. But the thing is, women aren't leaders or can't be leaders because their biology forces them to look for one. Do you guys understand? Like, if your biology is telling you, I need someone superior to me, that means you can never be in that role. Because when somebody tries to hold you to that role, you'll immediately have to go back to, well, no, I want somebody who's supposed to be in this role for me. I'm not even supposed to be here. It's just that we've psyoped so many women into believing that they actually want to be the breadwinner. They want to be in the power position. They want to be in the leadership position. It's just so far from the case because it goes against our biology. So never look at a woman and expect her to be accountable and expect her to even be a leader or want to be somebody who wants to take on the position of being a breadwinner or anything like that, because she doesn't really want to. She thinks that's what she wants, but it goes against her biology. And now that I've said this, you'll definitely be able to see it a lot more now, right? Just when you see the way women are operating in society in general and the type of men that they like and what they're aroused by. Now, what they say they like, what they're aroused by, you'll be able to see the difference. So let's keep going.
Instead, we'll say that man's a predator. Why? We always blame the man. Women are not held accountable ever. It's always the man's fault all of the time. My argument to that is, if that's the paradigm, if the men are permanently the only ones we blame for anything, then how can you make women better than us at everything and give them any kind of autonomy? You have to either say to women,
it goes against it.
Father, then listen to your man because you don't know good for yourself. Or you have to say, you know good for yourself, so you're responsible for the scenarios you find yourself in. All of the world's problems come from the fact that we're picking and choosing, like Schrodinger's cat.
Like, we don't know who's responsible for what. When you take that's what I'm saying. They're not it goes against their design, y'all. It literally goes against their design. So it fucks everything up for everybody.
Picking and choosing at random, depending on the scenario, whether a woman is better than a man or a completely helpless child who is fooled all of the time. And when you apply this to society, there's not a single problem you can't tie back to this exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's scary and it's dangerous. There's not a single man on the planet now in the Western world that can even truthfully get consent to have sex. Because
my fault, y'all. I fucking forgot to put the shit on the shit. My boy Anthony said females are just overgrown babies. No, literally, that's just what that's literally what it is. And it's been forced down to everybody's throats to believe this shit. But any man who's actually sensible and pays attention and notices patterns, it's clearly obvious to everyone that, like, bro, you niggas are trying to be in a power position while also not having to take responsibility for making a mistake. This can't work. That's once again, this is why society's getting destroyed, because we're trying to make women play two roles that they're not fit to play. They only can play one, and we already know which role they know. We already know they can't play the leadership role.
Consent can be retrospectively taken back. So you could be a man and meet a woman and have sex with her and have a full happy relationship. You could be with her for 2 years and you could be together and she can live with you and everything could be fine. And then the second she doesn't like you, she can say to the police, he abused me. Like, did he abuse you? Well, he didn't hit me, but he emotionally abused me.
It's like, nigga, what the fuck that mean?
What does that mean? I felt sad sometimes. Okay, arrested.
Them, bro.
What? This is an impossible scenario for a man to be in.
You can't.
This is why also
you legit can't do anything. You legit, like, it's like, that's why I'm scared of fold the hoes now, man. I swear to God. Because especially if you're gonna be internet facing and public facing to a degree, like these bitches will ruin your shit. Just like what happened with what's this nigga? Shannon Sharp, literally just recently. Like, this girl was fucking with him for 2 years. Somehow, I need you guys to understand. How can a girl fuck with a dude for 2 years, and after 2 years of fucking with a dude, finally be like, oh, I was getting raped, I was getting sexually assaulted for 2 years straight, and you told no one? It's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Clearly, like, we can't let y'all do anything, because y'all will just let bad shit happen to you for an extremely long time, and then suddenly come out later and realize it was a problem. It's like, bro, we clearly can't let you guys do whatever you want then.
So I have my women, I have my wives, I'm done. All these beautiful Instagram models, stop begging. I'm sorry. I'm done. I don't trust any of you. I'm done. Because if I talk to any new girl, it's going to be great until I don't buy the handbag. It's going to be great till I don't put her on that jet because another girl's on that jet. Now I got all these problems and I've had enough. So I'm done with women. But isn't it absolutely insane that we're living in a world now where no one wants to address the fact that women can weaponize the legal system to destroy men absolutely at random. And they do it to every single man.
And they're doing it super. It's like, it's weird, but it seems like it's even getting worse. It actually seems like they're doing it way more often. Like, bro, You're hearing about the false accusation charge like every like month nowadays. Like every month, some prominent nigga who everybody knows is like everybody nigga. It's just wild to me, bro. It's just fucking crazy to me. My boy Will said 2 viewers. Facts on God.
This is why they attacked me with sexual crimes, because even the accusation is enough for them to get what they want, which is to damage your reputation. And they can simply do it by lying by omission. Let me ask you a question as a professional.
Bro said I will be here for you. On God.
If I'm the police,
then tune in every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be going live for like an hour. I'll probably keep going for like another 6 minutes. I'll go take care of some business. But yeah.
then I want to destroy a man. And I call 100 women who he's ever known, and 99 say he's a great guy, and 1 says he's a bad guy.
Cool.
I don't have to mention that 99 said he's a great guy. I can lie by omission. I can ignore all 99 who defended him, all 99 who say he's a great guy, all 99 who says the one other girl is a psycho liar. We can ignore that too. We can take this one girl and destroy the man. What's this one girl's motivation? Well, he's no longer giving her money. He's famous, he's rich, he's well known.
And it's just like weird. It's just like it's such a strange world to live in. It's like you can't, it's like to be a man, it's like, I mean, one of the main reasons why a lot of niggas want to become important, famous, have a lot of money so they can fuck with a lot of girls. Like that's primary reason. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're built to do. But it's crazy that we live in this world now where if you do become that and you do have that ability, you can't even like mess with women, or you have to be like ridiculously careful if you do, because if you do, they can instantly falsely accuse you, even if everything was great and everything seemed fine and normal and it was consensual. Like nowadays, a bitch can just come out and say, nope, you raped me, and you will lose a lot of your fame and status and money and all these different things. It's like ridiculous. It's like, nigga, what the fuck we got going on? Like you can't even do anything. Because the minute they want to have an issue with you, they'll find a way to fuck your shit up. It's just stupid. He said, also, I want to make sure you're loved. I appreciate that, man.
He's living his life. He has a new girlfriend. Let me ask you this, and I don't even know the answer. What percentage of women are on mental health medication? What percentage of women are depressed? You think women don't lie? I would argue, and I'm going to get...
There's actually a lot. Hold on. I actually want to search this up. How many women are on antidepressants? Hi, let me see the actual. Bitch is showing me fucking ads. Mostly with CDC. All right, so the CDC says that is rising. Hold on, let me show. Oh, let me make sure to show you niggas. So the amount of women that are antidepressants. Let me see. He said Tate dad was a famous black chess player. That is true. Nearly 80% of all adult women in the United States use antidepressant medication between 2015 and 2018, compared to just over 8% of men. Like, yeah, nigga, we just be going hard. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Just use increase from 42% from 11% agency found use increase more. Blah, blah, blah. This is like from like 2018 though. Is there anything more recent? Hold on. There's gotta be something more recent. Hold on. Okay, I'm just on another tab right now, y'all. 1 second. What percentage of women are on antidepressants? I'll just do 2024. Let me see if I find something. As of 2023, around 20%, 24%, so 24%. This is from Yahoo, though. I don't know if I fuck with this. But hey, man, we gonna rock with it. Hold on. So, yeah, about 23%, bro. Like, which is actually wild. like 24%. I mean, we're slightly increasing too, and this is like shows how society's getting worse. Niggas is just less fulfilled, but like 23% and definitely gonna be rising, bro. Definitely gonna be rising, bro. Because a lot of these bitches are not gonna. I heard they also noticed that too, but like by 2030, it was like some 30-40% of women ages from 25 to like 44 are gonna be like single and childless. I'm like, yo, what the fuck we got going on? Like, dude, welcome to feminism, welcome to equality, y'all. Crazy. Hold up, let me pull up. All right.
Guess
All right.
17 to 24% of women are on drugs because they can't control their own brains. But we're going to listen to the one we find out of 100 saying a man's a bad guy because he made her feel sad once 4.5 years ago. Destroy this man.
And it's always like years after. It's never like the day or 2 days or 3 days after. It's always like a year after some shit, which is funny.
Do not understand that this paradigm, 17.7%. I'm a genius. I'm a genius.
56% receive mental health treatment.
Then half of them are nuts.
Yeah. So I mean,
point.
that's okay.
No, but
that's the one that I actually saw. The other one I saw, or the one that I looked at, or whatever, that's just a 23% saying you have this shit is still already wild, bro. To be honest.
Let's understand, why has the Matrix put this paradigm together? Why do they allow and continue to tell us that women are better than us to destroy masculinity? They're equal to us, even though they need DEI. And at the same time, they're children who are susceptible to our godlike powers to control their minds, and that we're responsible for all of their decisions. It's very simple. Because by putting together that paradigm, they can pick any man at random they don't like. Me, Trump, Hegseth, I think, had this. Matt Gaetz had this. They can pick any man at random they don't like. They can call every girl he's ever known, and they can get a criminal case. That's how they do it.
You can't even fuck this. I'm saying you can't even fuck with no hoes, bro. You become famous and wealthy. Oh, you fuck, man. You fuck with any bitches before that? Oh, you cooked.
Let me tell you something else about women. This happened to me. I had women who didn't even intend to rat on me, and they didn't. But the police bring them in. Women are not prepared for 10-hour police interviews. If you bring a woman in and go, did Andrew ever hurt you? No. Did he ever abuse you? No. He's abusive to women. Well, he wasn't abusive to me. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, did he ever make you sad? Well, we argued sometimes. Yeah, so that's abuse. Well, I don't think it is. Well, when you were sad, what did you do? Well, we just went out. You just ignored me and went to work with another girl, right? Yeah, I think so. After 10 hours, they end up believing they're a victim. They brainwash them. And they know what they're doing. The police are trained to do this.
Yo,
so they can get that one chick to
it'd be wild, but this is true though. Like, this is true though. Like,
your life with. And this is what's extremely important. Anyone who understands the world, they do this on purpose so that no man is safe, because it is the warriors, the men. Now, if you're the kind of man who's going to stand up and fight against the system and fight against the Matrix and resist enslavement, have you had sex? Probably. You're probably not an incel virgin, right? You're probably the kind of guy who knows some chicks. That's the attack vector always. They go, Andrew Tate, girls. Hegseth, girls. Matt Gaetz, girls. Trump, girls. They use women. They weaponize them against men. And this is something that not a lot of people understand. And it's scary. And it's
because they know, they know, like, bro, you going fuck. Look, man, we know this man, bro. We just want to take him down. We know he fought with a bitch at least one time. We just got to search a little bit. We going to find some hoes. And you will. It's actually so wild, bro. Like, you got to just have to, like, cut your dick off. If you want to be famous, important, have money, you basically have to cut your dick off, not fuck with girls anymore. Don't actually do that shit. But that's just basically what you got to do. Because if you don't do that shit, they're going to come up with a charge on your dumb ass. They will. They'll find a way, bro. It's actually ridiculous.
As a society, we have to make a decision. Are women sentient beings? Do women come to their own conclusions or not? Let's talk about human trafficking. Nobody who's accusing me and tweeting these stupid things even knows my fucking charges. I thought human trafficking, I didn't know what human trafficking was. I thought human trafficking was getting someone, beating them up, putting them in chains, dragging them.
All right, actually, we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow at 6 p.m. because I want to go take care of some other business stuff. But we'll be back 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Let me shout out the other socials real quick. Appreciate y'all boys checking me out on YouTube. Niggas who are on X. I need to figure out how to, like, Go live through like Instagram and TikTok too, because that'd be like contentception. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Contentception. All right. So first, check out the boys' YouTube. I know some of you niggas are already just watching me on YouTube, but yeah, for you niggas that are watching anywhere else or see this on X, for example, check me out on YouTube at Ali Argundade. The same is also true for your boys X. XXXXX. Check out your boy on X too. Well, I had niggas I believe I had niggas in here. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But like that shit. Look, you gotta be your number one supporter, man. Oh, also, that actually brings me to something important that I'll actually talk about before we hop off here. When it comes to achieving your goals in life and becoming successful, you actually have to choose yourself. I think a lot of the times we see in life people being called the chosen one, or someone's the chosen one, or he was chosen, or whatever, or somebody being chosen and then they become great or whatever. But the only way to ensure that you become a chosen one is to choose yourself first. So if you do not believe you can become great, if you do not believe you can achieve great things, if you do not believe you're capable and you have a lot of ability, why would you ever gain a lot of ability or gain a lot of capability? What separates all men on the planet is mentality, not reality. So how you view yourself or your ego or your sense of self will determine also who you become. Because if you don't believe you can be a winner, you will not act like one. Like, you can never outwork your beliefs. If you believe you're not capable of doing something, you'll never take the action to do it. Understand? If you're a short guy, for example, and you're like, I can't get girls because I'm short. Well, that's a great way to guarantee you never get bitches or get girls. And it's even funnier because that belief is untrue, because there's short guys who do get girls. So you are more than willing to maintain or keep a false belief that keeps you in the same situation that you're in. When if you just broke that belief, you would take the action that would get you something that you want. So with whatever goals that you have, with whatever ambitions that you have as a man that you want to achieve, first you have to believe that you actually have the ability to achieve it and have the capability to achieve it before you achieve it. Instead of trying to be the chosen one, just choose yourself and take your own action. And if you're like, oh, Ali, how do I gain certainty? How do I gain confidence or ability to believe that I can achieve something that I want to achieve? Well, through action. Because certainty comes from evidence, and that certainty is what creates confidence. So where do you get the evidence? Through action. You have to do things. Earlier in the stream, I talked a lot about action too, but in order to believe you can do things, you must do things. You have to do things. If you want to believe in your capability, you have to work hard, because it is from working hard and taking action you realize that you're capable of doing things. And when you see that you're capable of doing things, you're like, okay, look at all I've done here. I can do more. And then it just continues like that in the cycle. It's like, okay, look at all I've done. I could do more. Look at all I've done. I could do more. To the point that you have no reason not to believe you can achieve something. But it all begins and starts with action. And even before action, it all begins and starts with mentality. You have to believe you're a winner. You have to understand that I can only think in a way that makes me a winner. You can choose what thoughts you want to engage with as a man. You can choose what thoughts are good. Like, you can look at a thought and be like, well, does this make me stronger, faster, or smarter? No, I'm not going to fuck with that thought. Does this thought make me stronger, faster, and smarter? Does this belief make me stronger, faster, and stronger? Right? Okay, then I'm going to latch onto that belief and go with it. Because you're just a reactor to your thoughts. Your thoughts aren't you. You just choose which ones to interact with. And if you're a loser, it's because you've chosen to interact with beliefs that make you a loser or that make you want to lose. But all winners only interact with thoughts that are going to make them a winner. So make sure you just do the same. And yeah, so that's actually a great way to end out the stream, y'all. So if y'all fucked with that, let me know, of course. But a better way you could actually show that you fucked with that is liking the fucking stream. Like the stream on YouTube, X, Rumble, whatever you're watching on, like the fucking stream. So more niggas can see this shit and realize that, damn, if I want to have confidence in my capability, if I want to choose myself, then I just need to take action to get certainty in my ability. You know what I'm saying? So like the stream, trying to build a fam. I want niggas to become more capable because society's getting cooked. And the only way you can fix this shit is if there's more capable men that are capable of achieving things, right? The greater your capability, the more fun your life becomes as a man anyway. So, all right, with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all boys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, just like normal. We're going to keep cooking with the fam. So I'm going to catch y'all then.